Hi, this is Oge. You are all welcome, and this is the Spiritual Solution. Today, I have a very wonderful teaching to give us all, especially to the men. So, if you are a man, I would like you to come closer and pay great attention to what I have for us today. If, in case you are new to this channel, please, I would like you to join us fully by subscribing to this channel. Click on that notification button, and you will join us fully. And so, what I have for us today, it has to do with men, most especially men. That is why I said earlier that in case you are a man and you are interested, I would like you to come closer and pay great attention. So the men that I'm talking about here are those people who experience difficulties every now and then in whatever you do. You find it difficult to progress. As a matter of fact, some of them find it even difficult to feed. Feeding is now a very big problem. So if you are passing through this, I would like you to come closer and pay attention to what I have for us today. Now, what is it that I'm going to teach us? I want to teach you on how to open that door of progress, that door of prosperity, that door of wealth. I want to teach you on how to open it. Opening this door of wealth and door of progress has nothing to do with working hard. No. Because if it's a matter of working hard, nobody will be poor. Nobody will be wretched. Nobody will be experiencing all these setbacks. So I'm talking about people who has done everything humanly possible to create that door open for themselves, and yet it's still not working. Now, what you are going to do is very simple, but I don't think any of you know about this. Or probably you know about this, but you think that it's not what you're supposed to do. If your parents are still alive, especially if your father is still alive, your father can do this for you. But if your father is no longer alive, you are the one that will do it by yourself, especially the firstborn male. The firstborn male. But where the firstborn male is no longer there, any other man in the family can do this, if you are also passing through that. Now, what you are going to do is, whatever you will do, you will have to come back home. Yes, you need to go back home where you come from. Assuming you are outside the country right now, like here in Nigeria, and you are not in Nigeria, you are outside Nigeria, or maybe you are still inside Nigeria, but you are not in your father's compound. You need to come back home to your father's compound, because what you are going to do is there at your father's compound. Now, on the first day that you get to your father's compound, this is what you are going to do. The moment you enter into that compound, before you go into the house, you will pull off whatever you have on your feet, your shoes, your slippers, you remove them. You stand with your bare feet, and then you acknowledge that you are in your father's compound, that you are son of the soil. You recognize the occupants of that compound. You call on God and tell him that you are back home. And then you acknowledge your ancestors. Because no matter what, no matter your knowledge, no matter your education, you are coming from somewhere. You didn't just germinate. There are people who has been living there way before you. They are your ancestors. In as much as they are no longer alive, they are your ancestors. So whatever you are passing through, they are aware. But a lot of people are not aware of how to solve that problem. So when you acknowledge your ancestors, you tell them that you are back. You are their son. You are son of the soil. Okay? After all this, you go in. And that is it for the first day. And then on the second day, what are you going to do? What you are going to do is you will need to get a kola nut and a hot drink. In Igbo land where I come from, kola nut and hot drink is very important during prayers, especially in ceremonies, in occasions, even in families. So many families, whenever they want to pray, whenever they gather together and they want to pray, the father of the house must have a kola nut and a hot drink. So you need to get that kola nut and a hot drink. And if you are an Igbo man, please try and get that kola nut that the Igbos call Ojibo. The kola nut for Igbo. You get it. Not the yellow kola nut. The kola nut for Igbo is always red in color. You try and get it. And then you get hot drink. Now, in Igbo setting, in Igbo families, there is something we call Obi. Obi is kind of ancestral home. That is how I will put it. It is a place where the elders always meet to deliberate on issues, whether good or bad. The elders that I'm talking of are the elders who were there before you and those still present. I mean your ancestors and the elders still present. There is a particular building beside that your house, or in front of your house, or at the back of your house. It depends on where those who were living in that compound way before you built that building. That place is called the Obi in Igbo land. That is where the elders always gather to deliberate on issues that has to do with either the compound or the community. Now you are going to go into that Obi with that kola nut and that hot drink. On getting into that Obi, you are going to call on God. You are a son of the soil. You tell God that you have come back to your father's house. You explain to God all that you are passing through. And you tell him that you want to thank him with that kola nut and that hot drink. And after this, your prayer, you must acknowledge your ancestors. You must acknowledge them. Tell them your mission. Tell them what you want to do. Tell them what you are passing through with that kola nut and that hot drink. Now, if there happen to be people around when you are doing this, probably your siblings or your, how do I put it, your relatives around, you will break that kola nut. And after breaking the kola nut, share it amongst everybody there. Let people eat that kola nut. And if anybody cares to drink the hot drink, let them drink. You also drink, no matter how little. Even if you don't take hot drink, you can just sip a little bit. Okay? And then you thank your ancestors, you thank God. There is something I want to teach us concerning ancestors. You know, whenever we mention ancestors, the only thing that comes into people's mind is diabolical powers, fetish, this, that. As Christians that we are taught in the church that there is something called saints. Yeah, saints are those people who are believed to have lived a righteous life and then they merited heaven. These people that I am talking about are the people that have lived way before us. We don't even know anything about them. But because the church pronounced them saints, we now ask them to remember us in prayer, in as much as they have passed. We still call on them. We still call them to tell God our problems. Now, what do you call those saints? What do you call them? They are no longer alive, remember? What do you call them? They are the ancestors, those who did that which is pleasing unto God. The saints are the ancestors, whether you like it or not. Ancestors doesn't have to do with only blacks. Please, I would like to correct this mentality. Whenever we talk about ancestors, people always think that it has to do with blacks only and it is fetish. It is not fetish. You yourself, when you leave this world, you have already joined the ancestors. You are now one of them. And probably when your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren will start praying or whatever, they will want to call on you for help, assuming you lived a commendable life while on earth. So please, if we can believe in religion, if we can believe that which church told us that the people that we didn't know who died hundreds and thousands of years ago are saints, and that whenever we call on them and pray to them and ask them to tell God what we want, that they will hear our prayers and do as we have prayed. Why can't we believe that our ancestors, those that we know of, who lived a commendable life here, why can't we believe that they also can do that for us? Why do we have this mentality that our ancestors are dead and gone and can't do anything for us? And then the people that you know nothing of, just because church pronounced them saints, you believe in those people. I know it's faith, yes, but I want you also to channel that faith also back home. You need to come back home. You are from somewhere. You didn't just germinate and then find yourself in the Western world. You started from somewhere. Come back home. Start from the root, okay? Solve your problems from the root. Most of the times when you don't acknowledge these ancestors, they will not harm you, they will not do anything for you, but when they see that way that will make you progress, there is nothing they can do. They will just allow you to find a way and open it. And that is why you see people, they will keep on struggling and struggling. For 10 years, for 20 years, someone is passing through the same thing. And you have never asked yourself question, what is going on? Despite how active you are in the church, despite how prayerful you are still passing through the same thing. You need to get to the roots. You don't solve a problem from up, you solve the problems from down, from the root. When you solve it from the root, everything will now fall into place. So please, in case you are a firstborn male, or you are a man in your family passing through this thing that I just mentioned now, and you have done everything humanly possible, and you know you pray well, you know you live a commendable life, but yet you are still passing through difficulties. This is all that you need to do. You don't need to call on a native doctor or someone who is more powerful to do it for you. No, you are a son of the soil. This is what you are to do. If your father is alive, assuming your father is not aware of what he can do for you, please tell him this. Let him do it for you. As a matter of fact, that door will open so wide for you when your father performs this for you. Yes, he is the one that gave it to you. Okay? You came out from his loin. So when he calls on his ancestors, they will hear him and they will do that for you. But if your father is no longer here with you, this is what you are going to do. If you have done everything humanly possible. And make sure that when you are doing this, you are not in any way into anything negative. You don't maltreat your neighbor. You don't maltreat anybody. You are not dubious in character. You are not into any questionable thing. All that you are doing is just straight. You keep your hands straight. So when you are like this and things are still difficult for you, please, I would like you to try this. Just try this and let's see how it will work for you. Okay? This is all I have for us today. Like I told you earlier, that it is men that will benefit from this teaching. The reason why I said that it is men is because we women, we get married and we go into another family. You don't go into that family with your surname. You drop your surname and you join that family. That is according to our tradition. Okay? Men are the ones that will remain in that family, that will inherit it, and that will continue with that lineage. So this is what you, the man, is supposed to do to make way for you and for your generation. All right? That's all I have for us today. And in case you love this teaching, I would like you to give it a thumbs up, all right? And subscribe to this channel in case you are joining us for the first time. You are all highly welcome. To my subscribers and my viewers, I appreciate you all and I thank you so very much. You are so special to me. And until next time, when I will have to give us another teaching, I will have to leave us here. Have a wonderful day and God bless.